Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to some more 428 Shibuya Scramble. My name is Raven from the Sky, and let's do this. Look, we'll get you through this somehow, Minokar said, hoping it was true. Just keep your head down, stay out of trouble. We need to get back to the... Oh wait, I've already done this. Keep out. Held the mysterious 13th floor. A diet aid sales demo is being held on one of the upper floors. When Aichi saw the look in her eyes, he reconsidered his decision. She was trying her hardest to hide it, but she was clearly terrified. No way was he letting her go back out there alone. Still, if he tried to insist, she would only refuse him again. Hitomi? Humor me for a second here. Tell me, what's the proper way to dispose of a plastic bottle? She stared at him in surprise. Well, first you remove the cap and the wrapper. Then you rinse out the inside and crush it. Aichi allowed a breath he'd been holding. Okay, good. Huh? I don't understand. What's good? You gave me my reason why I have to help you out. I super respect people who respect the environment. I'm one of those whatchamacallits, an environmentalist. Aichi pointed at the mean clean t-shirt. Hitomi hesitated. And what was your plan if I had said the answer was to toss the plastic in with the trash? Well then, I need to stick with you to help teach you. Environmental awareness begins with good education. So then you were going to tag along with me regardless? Look, I'm just super pumped to learn that you care so much about proper recycling. Aichi cracked a huge grin. Okay then. Okay. If you're really that sure about it, I guess I could use your help a little while longer. Hitomi flashed him a little smile. Man, she's so cute. Sneaking out from the alley, Aichi and Hitomi began to make their way along the side street back toward Dogenzaka. It was a pretty big detour compared to taking the main thoroughfares, but that would be worth it if it meant they avoided the man with the cane. Aichi looked over at Hitomi as she walked alongside him. Her face was solemn. He could feel the intensity of her worry for her sister. Oh well. Well, well. Look who's got himself a little cutie. The sudden call startled him. He spun around. Yo, mean clean, over here. Aichi spotted a young man up ahead sneering at him. At his side were two others. Aichi recognized the lot. SOS. He told me that out a nervous squeak. Aichi? Don't worry about them. He led her on when attempted to stride right past the trio. Whoa, hey now. You just gonna ignore me? That was pretty damn rude, especially coming from someone who used to be an old buddy. The three toughs moved to bar Aichi's path. Oh, ooh, she's a heck of fine. Come on, ain't you gonna introduce us? Extremely attractive. The etymology of hella is somewhat unclear, but its meaning is undisputed. Very. A lot of, totally, and the like. Potential synonyms for hella fine include mighty fine, fine as hell, and banging. Sorry, man. I just said I'm in a bit of a hurry here. He gave them a tepid smile. A big hurry, huh? Where to? Some love hotel? In Mario? Too rich? Another chimed in. She a screamer, Aichi? They burst out hollowing like a gang of monkeys. One of them cackled like a grinning idiot. Ah, Aichi. Oh my god, that's just... Aichi felt his anger boil. I would too. These guys were in a sore need of a major ass kicking, but there was too much at stake. He was just gonna have to suck it up and ignore them for the time being. I'm gonna go with B. But see, there's also a point where we could jump. I'm surprised I didn't get the bad ending yet. Too much at stake, yeah. Gritting his teeth, he tried to slip past them, but the largest of the three grabbed him by the collar. Wow. You ran out, man. Susumu is the one who runs this town now. You got no right to keep acting like you're the boss of us. He shoved Aichi up against the wall. Says who? Aichi asked Susumu. Say what now? Did Susumu say I've got no right to act like the boss? Bitch, please. Susumu ain't got the time to worry about your sorry ass. Ah, is that so? Oh! And I'm hitting him anyway. I chose not to do that. Aichi's fist flashed out, catching the man clean on the jaw. He dropped to the ground with a dull thud. So tell Susumu this, everyone in Shibuya needs to just play nice and have fun. Kept his tone light and jovial, but he eyed the two other toughs like a hawk eyeing its prey. Is he gonna be alright? Hitomi murmured. She looked at the man Aichi had laid out with some concern. Oh, he'll be fine. That's all it took to knock him out. He's got no right to act all badass. Aichi, huh? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. A taller man with an angry gleam in his eyes had appeared atop the steps nearby. He must have turned up during the commotion. He radiated a distinct aura of menace. That's me, Aichi replied. And just who are you? For once, it was someone he didn't recognize. The name's Yoji Kiru. Used to roll with the gang from Ikebukuro until a few months ago, known as the Killer Whale of Bukuru. He answered any and all resistance with his fists. His crazy antics led him being kicked out of the gang, however, and lately he's been hanging around Shibuya. I joined up with SOS after you left. Now I'm Susumu's number 2 guy. The newcomer stared at Aichi's face, sizing him up. Our legendary founder, I've heard so much about you. The founder. It had been a long time since anyone had called him that. There had been a bunch of arguing over who would take charge of the new group that was forming to set things straight in Shibuya. At some point, folks had started hailing him as the force behind SOS. But founder, that was just something his buddies called him. He had never paid it much heed. Shibuya was a place for fun, not her hierarchies. At least in Aichi's mind, that was how it ought to be. Like how you busted up some mean old drug dealers, rescued your pals from Yakuza bondage. Bondage you strictly in the sense of captivity. Any other types of Yakuza bondage will not be featured in this game. Sorry if the tip link here got your hopes up. You're a real hero. Kiryu's tongue flicked from his mouth like a snake's. Hitomi shuddered. Aichi couldn't blame her for being creeped out. That's all in the past now, isn't it? Kiryu continued. You went modestly on your way. It's up to us now. And we've helped SOS grow by leaps and bounds to help carry on your legacy, no matter who stands in your way. That thought didn't sit right with Aichi. If aggressive expansion was the name of the gang was losing touch with its roots. It wasn't about keeping Shibuya safe and fun anymore. Make SOS bigger, huh? He said. I'm guessing that was Susumu's call as well. Kiryu didn't answer his question. His mouth merely twisted into a knowing sneer. In any event, I think these boys here needed a little lesson in manners. The guillotine ought to do the trick. A capital punishment device invented in 18th century France. The condemned is executed by decapitation by means of a heavy blade that descends from above, named for physician Joseph Ignatz guillotine. guillotine, who advocated its use to the National Assembly. Both King Louis the 16th. Wait a minute, that's 15th. My Roman numerals suck. 16th. And Marie Antoinette executed by guillotine. I forgot what King Louis XVI did. My history is rusty. Been out of school for a long time. Marie Antoinette, the name sounds familiar, but I can't remember what she looks like either. The other gang members started an alarm. Uh-oh. Whoa, hey, just calm down, man. Please, anything but the guillotine. Kiru pointedly ignored their pleas. Whoa, hey, what's the guillotine? Aichi asked. Kiru smirked. The guillotine is the guillotine. With me, worms. Without a glance back, Kiru strolled away. His two underlings followed him unhappily. Aichi wondered what lay in store for them, but right now he had more important things to worry about. Come on, let's go. He took Hitomi by the hand, and they were back on their way. Oh, Hitomi perked up. That's me. She reached into her pocket, took out her cell phone. Huh? She stared at the screen with concentration. What is it? Aichi asked. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka. Who's Mr. Tanaka? He works with my father. I'm not sure what I should do. Aichi remembered that the criminal had warned her against contacting her family or the police. She seemed reluctant to even open this message. I'm sure it's fine to just read an email, he said. And besides, he's not the police, and he's not your family. Yeah, you're right. Hitomi scanned the message anxiously. It sounds like he's worried about me, she said. And does he know about the kidnapping? Yes, I know my father trusts him. And he's always been so. Still, it was clear to Aichi that she and this Tanaka person had some sort of close relationship. I wonder if it's safe for me to let him know what the situation is. I think it should be, Aichi told her. The kidnappers aren't going to know you sent an email, right? Aichi watched over her while speculations running through his mind. There was no way a mild-mannered young lady like her could be dating one of her father's co-workers. Was there? Oh, this is... Osaka could never have anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen. It was an email from Hitomi. Stifling a exclamation, he scanned the contents of the message. There's a man following me. He has a gun, and I think he's trying to kill me. I'm safe for the moment, so try not to worry. The kidnapper warned me, told me not to contact my family or police. Please keep this email secret. But didn't Hitomi give the kidnapper the ransom, Osawa said? What could anyone want with her now? Tanaka shook his head, uncertain. He wouldn't know any better than I would, I suppose. Do the police know about this? And if so, why haven't they said anything? He felt himself start to tremble as he searched for answers in Tanaka's silent gaze. Do you think this could be related to that other thing? I doubt it. If it were, why would they go after Hitomi? They got mispronunciation there. They put got. I suppose you're right, but Osawa was shaking out right now. Tanaka laid a hand on his shoulder. First, just calm down, and let's think about what we know about the kidnapper. His composure helped Osawa keep himself under control. They've taken Maria, the vice director continued quietly, along with a ransom of 50 million yen. Now, they're after Hitomi. His gaze sharpened. Sir, do you think this could be someone who holds a personal grudge against you? A grudge? Osawa considered. He couldn't think of anyone who would have a reason to attack him. He'd been too caught up in virus research since the time in school to have formed any hostile rivalries. He didn't have any enemies that he knew of. Maybe someone's jealous that I became head of the laboratory. He had held his position for years at this point. Why would that spur someone into kidnapping his daughter now? Has anything happened recently? Tanaka asked. Anything strange since you got back from overseas? Since I got back? The first thing that came to mind was the solicitation he had gotten. The solicitation he had gotten from the American laboratory. If he accepted the offer, it would put Okoshi Pharmaceutical in quite a bind, possibly enough to warrant someone holding a grudge over it. But the only other person who knew about the potential transfer right now was his wife. No. Nothing. Not that I can think of. He couldn't bring himself to discuss the transfer with Tanaka. He felt a surge of guilt for contemplating leaving his trusted assistant behind. If he did make the move to America, he planned to recommend that Tanaka replace him as department director. Still, he didn't expect to make up for his abandonment. All right, I'll see what information I can find then, Tanaka said. The kidnapper had forbidden any contact with either family or police. But Tanaka was outside of the circle, and he knew how to handle himself with discretion. I'm sorry to have put this on you, Osawa said, and thank you. For now, let's see if we can get Hitomi to exchange some more emails. An uncomfortable thought suddenly occurred to Osawa. He blurted it out without thinking. Why do you have my daughter's contact information on your phone? Tanaka gave him a worried look. Sir, I promise I can explain once all this is over. And with that, he stepped out of the bathroom. Something in the tone of his final words left Osawa to wonder. Could it be that Tanaka and Hitomi were dating? He hoped dearly for that not to be the case. Their age difference alone made the idea a disturbing one, let alone so many other considerations. Maramaru Tanaka is 40 years old, Hitomi is 19. This makes him just over twice her age. This does not necessarily mean, however, that they could not date or fall for each other. Many couples with such age difference between them wind up in a happy, committed relationship. That's true. Trying to put aside his paranoia, Osawa resumed his struggle with the clog in the toilet. Yeah, I know what that is. Oh goodness. A creepy detective again. Kajiwara reappeared, still toting the bucket. You seem to be having a lot of trouble there, sir. Made it sound like the whole mess was Osawa's fault. Of course I am. I've never had to do this before. Really? I think the research you do would be a lot more difficult than this. Fixing toilets gives me far more trouble, I'd say. So it would seem. Kajiwara stood watching as if Osawa's efforts made an interesting show. I don't know the first thing about viruses, sir, but I don't find unclogging toilets to be that difficult. Oh yeah? Then how about you fix the darn thing? Kajiwara really was a world-class pro at pissing people off. Are you sure? You don't mind? Be my guest. Osawa shoved the plunger into Kajiwara's hand. Leaving the detective to handle the toilet, Osawa marched back to his study. Kajiwara had totally broken his stride. What now? The door to the study slid slowly open. It's Detective Kajiwara, sir. Please don't come in here without asking. My apologies, Mr. Osawa. I just want to inform you that the toilet has been fixed. Right, fine. He just wanted this guy to give him a little peace. Oh my, is that really all you have to say, sir? Nary a compliment or encouraging word. Maybe a good job, Kajiwara? Or feeling the heat of a blush flare on his cheeks. There's a lot of stuff on this site. Is there a section you primarily spend time on? Well, I mean, for my part, I really only go to the fan forums folks 40 and over. Aha. With a twinkle of curiosity in his eyes, Kajiwara peered at the computer screen. Having his privacy invaded to this degree was the ultimate disgrace. All right, Osawa huffled. You're an amazing detective, Kajiwara. Just incredible. I see you in a new light now. Now would you please get the heck out of my room? He tried to usher Kajiwara back out the door. Please leave me alone. He got up to leave the study. He tried to usher Kajiwara back out the door. All right, sir, the detective said. I understand. I'll leave. But before that, Kajiwara slipped his hand into his pocket. I don't need a darn banana. It's not that, Mr. Osawa. I have something that I think may be important to you. He held out a small plastic bag. That was a scrap of paper of some sort. What's that? This is what was clogging the toilet, sir. With some hesitation, Osawa took hold of the bag. Huh? That's... The passenger name here is listed as Kenji Osawa. And the plastic bag was a plane ticket. Specifically, the one for his upcoming flight to the U.S. the following week. He left it out on his desk. Now how it wound up getting flushed down the toilet? This looks like it's pretty important, sir, Kajiwara said. I must say, it was pretty careless of you to accidentally flush it. A weird sort of smile came onto his face. Although, the detective added, I suppose the question of who flushed it is another matter entirely. Osawa was at a loss for words. Someone had tried to flush his plane ticket on purpose. He was sure of it. He knocked on the door to Ai's room, but there was no response. It didn't look like she'd gotten back home yet. Osawa let himself in. The stinging scent of her perfume pervaded the room, which was decorated all in white. Clothes were strewn all about as if to put her slovenliness on display. She'd been like this ever since they'd gotten married, and Osawa had long since stopped caring. It must have been I who tried to flush the ticket. He knew she didn't want him going to America, but still, couldn't she have found a better way to get rid of it? Thanks to her, he'd been stuck hunched over the darn toilet fighting with the plunger. Osawa sat down on the bed amidst the brand-name clothing. Then he spotted something odd down by his feet. And I'm going to stop it here for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to help the channel and the series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.